In his first public comments since his dramatic resignation, former US envoy to Haiti, Daniel Foote, has warned that the mass expulsion of Haitian migrants would worsen the conditions in the crisis-hit Caribbean nation.
The Haitian government is really overwhelmed in places like Cité Soleil, the biggest slum in the hemisphere. I've seen pictures of waste and stuff. So deportation in the short term is not going to make Haiti more stable. In fact, it's going to make it worse.
The former US envoy to Haiti, who resigned last month in protest of the Biden government's move, told US lawmakers that America should rethink its approach to the Caribbean nation. He also added that the administration did not consult him about the deportation of thousands of Haitian migrants who sought shelter last month in the border town of delrio in Texas, US.
The problem needs to be solved in Haiti, or they will continue to come to our borders, particularly when they hear that their countrymen got in earlier in July, August, early September. Up there, but deportation back to Haiti is not the answer right now. I am not saying that intending migrants who are in illegal status shouldn't be deported, but Haiti is too dangerous. Our own diplomats cannot leave our compounds in Port-au-Prince without armed guard.
Daniel Foote's resignation comes as US President Joe Biden's approval ratings have fallen because of the way his administration handled migrants at the US-Mexico border. Viral images of Haitians taking refuge under a bridge in Del Rio escalated the backlash against the Biden administration. Meanwhile, the Mexican government sent 130 migrants back to Haiti after America cleared thousands of migrants from makeshift camps at the US-Mexico border in Del Rio. Mexico's interior and foreign ministries said that the deportation of Haitian migrants was part of a voluntary return flight. After being pushed back by the US authorities, thousands of other migrants tried to seek refuge in Mexico as well. Haiti is one of the poorest countries in the world. Of late, the country has been beset by a series of crises, including gang violence and long-standing political turmoil. The condition in the Caribbean nation even worsened after it was struck by a massive earthquake on August 14, 2021. The assassination of former President Jovenel Moïse on July 8, 2021 pushed the country into a deep quandary. Jovenel Moïse was assassinated at his private residence in Port-au-Prince. The former president was shot 12 times and had bullet wounds to his forehead and torso. Natural disasters, climate change, and poor planning have battered the country. In mid-September, more than 14,000 Haitians came to the US southern border to seek asylum. Several of them ended up staying in filthy conditions and camping under a bridge in Del Rio, Texas. Immigrants were camped out at the US-Mexico border bridge in poor conditions. However, the migrants were soon pushed back by the US authorities after America decided to reduce the influx of Haitians from crossing the country. The deportations stirred outrage against US President Joe Biden, who had pledged a more humanitarian approach to immigration than his predecessor, Donald Trump.